What up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Comically Boston. I'm your host, Big Cam. Today is episode 149. It is May 6, 2024. We have a nice, big, chunky episode for you with all the news and nerdy stuff that happened over the last week, and maybe even a DC update that just came 10 minutes ago from James Gunn himself on Threads. So that will be interesting. We'll talk about that at the end of this video. But, just some news that happened over the last week, some Marvel stuff, some The Last of Us Season 2 news, some Amazon Prime The Boys Season 4 news, so let's get right into it. Disney Plus now has the original 2003 Daredevil movie. I thought that was 2004, but either way, Ben Affleck's Daredevil movie is now streaming on Disney Plus, and which is interesting that they brought it over there, meaning potentially maybe he's going to be coming to the MCU, maybe in a Deadpool and Wolverine, maybe in a Secret Wars. Either way, I'm pretty excited about that. I just saw Ben Affleck last night on the roast of Tom Brady live on Netflix, and normally those roasts are recorded and then they're edited down to like an hour and a half, 2 hours. This was like a three and a half hour roast, and just live and just letting people rip him apart, and everyone's getting ripped apart. The funniest people that I saw go last night, Nikki Glazer was pretty hilarious. Sam J was great. Tom and Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura, I like them, but their roast was okay. A lot of people, if they're not fans of Tom and Bert, that might have been a bit uncomfortable for random people just fans of Tom Brady. But if you know Tom and Bert, that was a hilarious bit. Tony Hinchcliffe roasted everybody alive, just set the place on fire. Kevin Hart did a good job hosting the shit that Gronk had to say. Julian Edelman, Bill Belichick, it was good to see all of them. Even Drew Bledsoe was pretty funny, so it was a good time, and I had fun watching that last night. Didn't get around to watching Revenge of the Sith like I wanted to. Over the weekend, I went and saw Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, the 25th anniversary of that. So that was in theaters, and it was super cool to see that on a big screen. But they also had a clip at the end of that teasing or showing like an exclusive first look at The Acolyte coming in June, which is exciting stuff. Also coming in June, we have The Boys Season 4 coming June 13th with another season. I'm caught up on The Boys. I haven't watched Gen V yet, so comment below. Should I go check out Gen V? If you guys are well versed in the Boys lore, do I have to watch Gen V to watch Season 4? Comment below, let me know, or send me that information on my other social medias, link down in the description below. But The Boys was a super gory and dark show, but also like hilarious, but also like just a vibe in its own sense, but very dark, very gory, very brutal stuff. Even for some people that like are into that kind of stuff, this show might push it to the limit a little bit. The Last of Us Season 2 is filming right now up in Canada, and I've been having a blast seeing the posts and trying to piece together how it's all going to look in the live action version of it, because I was in love with The Last of Us video games. But Bella Ramsey is playing Ellie in this show, and also in Season 1, but her chair on the set says Belly, which I just think is the cutest thing, because she's Bella and Ellie, so they just started calling her Belly. And then we also have Isabella Merced over there, and she's going to be playing Dina, and those two apparently have a real big scene that's going to be all over Twitter, she said. So I'm excited to see that season, and hopefully they'll be wrapping filming of that soon, so that show will maybe come out by the end of this year, maybe early next year. But also in June, Bear Season 3, and I'm also pretty sure we have coming mid to end of June, we have House of the Dragon Season 2, which is going to be awesome as well. But, like I said, I did go over and see that Phantom Menace. We'll talk about my experience in the Phantom Menace in a second, but The Acolyte dropped a new poster as well. That's coming June 4th, so a lot of shows coming in June, so stay tuned. We're going to be talking a lot of TV in the month of June, and Star Wars coming back, so that's going to be hype. But Daphne Keene's in this. Amanda Stenford. She played Rue in the Hunger Games the first one. Is that Elizabeth Moss also? And then also the guy from Squid Game, right? Like, this show is, I believe, set before the prequels too, so it's like ancient a Jedi, like it's years prior. So I'm excited to see that time frame of Star Wars, but also like this cast seems pretty legit, and I have no idea what the show's about, but I'm trying to figure out who that Sith guy is there. He almost has like a smile in his helmet. Maybe that's a woman. You know, maybe a little tease there. It might be a woman that's also highly dangerous and highly trained in Sith darkness, that type of thing. If you guys know, you know. Comment below if you know what I'm talking about, but I won't spoil it for people that don't. But yeah, just from that little trailer and sequence I saw yesterday, it's super cool to see, I think it's Lee Sung-jin. If I got that wrong, it's the guy from Squid Game, and he's going to be a Jedi, so that's cool. And then the Sith, like, they're just a mysterious Sith in this all black, in this black helmet, but it has almost like a Joker smile, like, embedded into the helmet. It's like, okay, I don't know who this is. It looks super dark and super scary, and I'm in. Like, let me find out who this is. Also this week in Star Wars news, Tales of the Empire dropped May 4th over the weekend. I also did some Star Wars Lego shopping over the weekend. Thank you for those that have watched that video. But Tales of the Empire I've yet to watch, but I loved the Tales of the Jedi, so this is just going to be Tales of the Dark Side and more juicy details. I think I saw on a young Morgan Elsbeth, a young Grievous, a young Thrawn, you know, so there's some interesting stuff in that, so I'll check that out and let you guys know what I think. Also, recently, John Watts left a disclaimer for Skeleton Crew, and that show is going to be coming in around December, Christmas time this year, and that show is interesting because it's got Jude Law, but it's also set around like a bunch of kids, and the like synopsis he had said and like the little details he had been saying in whatever interview this was released in, he said that it's going to be a bunch of kids stumble onto a ship, accidentally hit a button, and the ship takes off, and then it's going to be a journey on how these kids get home, and that's going to be the whole thing of the show. I knew nothing about the show beforehand other than the fact that it was supposed to be kids, John Watts, the director from Tom Holland's Spider-Man trilogy, and then Jude Law. So that's all I really knew. So now, just hearing that little explanation, it's going to be these kids stumble on this set, get taken off, and now they have to find their way back home. I'm in, you know, like, if there's a love story in there, I'm going to enjoy it even more. But just the fact that, like, they're going to have this guy, this older guy, trying to help these kids get back home, and then I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of chaos and drama that ensues in between there. I'm in, man. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm totally excited for it. But I was also super excited to go see The Phantom Menace, just get back into the feel of Star Wars, getting ready for The Acolyte, and, like I said, that exclusive look at the Acolyte at the end was awesome. But, you know, just the whole first movie, seeing it on a big screen, right? There was obviously some things like Jar Jar and the droids. Some of the CGI didn't look as good as today's stuff, but I was actually thoroughly shocked in some instances how good Jar Jar Binks looked and how good the CGI did hold up. And most of the times when it looked bad was just like tough lighting sequences and stuff like that. But, you know, getting to see Darth Maul on the big screen, getting to see Qui-Gon and a young Obi-Wan, like, it's just super cool. And this is also just another poster I found with Darth Maul and just how they have all these colors. This is a dope-ass poster. I love Star Wars posters, especially ones that are creative like this and fan-made. Always so dope, but that's a cool poster I saw there. This isn't from Phantom Menace, but if you guys haven't seen Rebels and you guys like Darth Maul as a character and you also like Obi-Wan as a character, you gotta watch Rebels just for this sequence here on the final fight between these two. And, you know, I won't spoil anything more than that, but these two finally get to meet head to head. And, you know, spoilers if you didn't know, but Darth Maul does not die definitively in Phantom Menace. You know, it looks like he does in the movie at least, but they brought him back in the animated shit, and it was totally worth it and just great storytelling. But I went and saw this with my buddy Bonad. I got a picture of us in front of the poster. Look at his face. He hates me so much. I'm like, Bon, get over here. Get in this picture. He goes, no, I don't want to. I'm like, get over here. And he's like, he just stares at me with just evil intent of just thinking terrible things he wants to do in me. So I just felt his little stare here. But you can see I was happy to drag him into it. So, you know, shout out to the AMC Theater in Burlington for having The Phantom Menace, you know, as a 25th anniversary, playing on May 4th weekend. That was super fun. Just gonna play this clip real quick. Just so great to see Darth Maul on this on the big screen. I can't play the whole clip because I'll probably get copyright for that clip, but the whole right, like it's so good, and just how that and you see this double wielding red lightsaber. Darth Maul looks so cool. Oh, it's such a good sequence. The whole thing is phenomenal. I love that movie so much. I'm so glad I went and saw it. But so now I've been on a Star Wars kick again. So I watched The New Hope again. I watched Episode 2 again. And now I gotta watch Episode 3 and then go to 5, 6, 7, whatever, the prequels. But I'll probably do those up until the month of June to get ready for like the Acolyte type of thing. But I had already done reviews on some Star Wars stuff last year, so go back and watch those videos if you can. And if you want me to re-review them and re-watch them and re-break them down, comment below. I'd love to know if that was be something you guys are interested in. But also coming this week, Transformers 1 2007. There's gonna be a review and coming down for the channel for that. Also Unfrosted, Jerry Seinfeld's new movie on Netflix currently right now from 2024. It's all about like the story about Pop-Tarts and how it affected Jerry Seinfeld's life, and apparently to the point where he's now 70 making a movie about Pop-Tarts. And also Jerry Seinfeld's 70. He looks fucking phenomenal. Can't believe that. He looks better than me. One of the last big topics, at least, is Deadpool and Wolverine. Obviously, we've been talking weeks about this. I got my shirt on with Deadpool and Wolverine. Always dope. I got tons of shirts for them now, which is hilarious. But there was a new magazine cover for Empire with Deadpool and Wolverine. Also, Dogpool on there. You can see them in their suits. Deadpool and Wolverine. Katanas, claws, paws. Get ready for Marvel's gnarliest movie yet. Also, plus Lily Gladstone interview, Captain America 4, Maxon, Will Smith, The Bad Boys 4, Will Smith talks. So interesting cover here, but we get some exclusive first looks of the suits and stuff like that. High res images too, like high quality stuff. You know, you can see the cupcake van from Moon Knight in the background there, but just like the details on Ryan Reynolds' suit, like you can literally see the little pores and fibers in the mask. You can see the little details on Wolverine's suit. Like, it looks really good. I'll give him a lot of credit, like how good the high res images look here. Like, look at this image here. Like, the suits look so good. Like, oh, I'm in love with how this looks. I can't wait to feast my eyes on this, especially Wolverine's suit. Even with the sleeves, it looks so good. And even Hugh Jackman said, he goes, as soon as he tried it on and saw the yellow suit, he goes, I can't believe we haven't done this before. It feels so Wolverine. And it is, and I can't wait to see the man himself don this yellow outfit. Even if we don't get the cowl, I'll love it. The claws look pretty damn great too. Oh man, I'm so excited for this movie. But also this week, I don't have the images spoiling it, but I'll tell the people that don't know already. But Captain America Brave New World is now coming out in February of 2025, and we have a confirmed image here of Sam Wilson's Captain America suit is now different. It's blue, the red goggles. So my first instinct was, what happened to that white suit? He just got that white suit. It looked great. What happened? So now, of course, they have to give him another suit because they got to sell toys and whatnot. But speaking of toys, McDonald's just released the Captain America Brave New World toys, and it spoiled some of these characters we might be getting. Maybe a certain Red Hulk, right? Like things like that we thought was going to be in the movie but not confirmed. And it's just really stupid that it got confirmed through a McDonald's toy, right? Like, that just doesn't seem worth it to me. That's why I didn't pull the picture. So, you know, if you just pretend you didn't hear what I just said, if you are still thinking to yourself, oh, I wonder if Red Hulk's in this, you know, still go into the movie with that wonder and maybe you'll be happy. But I'm upset that now I got confirmed this by a McDonald's toy ad. Just stupid. But just 10 minutes ago, moving on from Marvel and Star Wars and all that, let's talk a little bit about James Gunn's DC Universe, because just right before I started recording, and I'm so glad I at least looked right before I clicked record, because I have to talk about this, and this is a huge thing. James Gunn released this picture, and I don't know if this is a real picture or not, or what the deal is, but I think it is because I saw it on James Gunn's Threads account, and I believe this is not like CGI or anything like that. I believe this is David Corenswets' first look in the Superman outfit, and also the first look at Metropolis in the background there. And I don't know if we're going to be getting a Brainiac or who the main villain of this is, but there's a giant purple beam in the sky with a ball of energy in the sky, and he's just over here pulling up his boots, so he seems unfazed by this. But I kind of dig the suits, but I also think there's kind of a little too much material up here in the shoulders. It almost looks like a jean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like from this picture, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but the top, the pants don't look so bad, but the top looks a little too jeany material, like, you know, like Levi jeans, like that type of jean material. I don't know if I'm here for it, but James Gunn, I trust, and he's got these nice red boots, and it looks like he's got the red trunks on as well. Red cape, but it looks like he's also been beat up a little charred on the S. So I don't know, but first look at David Cornswet's Superman outfit, that's pretty hype stuff right there. So comment below, are you excited for Superman formerly Superman Legacy, I believe just Superman now. Are you excited for James Gunn's Superman and the rest of his DC universe? Are you excited for Deadpool and Wolverine in July? All those TV shows I just talked about in June, Acolyte, The Boys, The Bear, House of the Dragon, right? There's so much stuff coming, so stay tuned. We'll talk more about that. And if you love Tom Brady and you're a Bostonian like me, go check out that roast of Tom Brady, because it was really, really funny. And it was just a good time laughing and just seeing people talk crazy shit about each other. You know, it's just a good time. I believe the world did need that last night. You know, just a good laugh and just get out of your own shit and just see the man Tom Brady, this gorgeous, best of all time quarterback, just get roasted left or right. Like, people are hard, like no soul. They're all mean people, especially how they were talking to poor Tom, poor guy there. But stay tuned, and I will talk to you beautiful people in the next video.